Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I'm going to be doing a video on my 2020 setup and this baby. I hope everyone had a great holiday. Me and my husband, we had a really good holiday together. We're super far away from family, so we just spent it together. Um, we did a lot of cooking and also a lot of eating, and we played some games and watched some movies, of course. But we just spent the holidays together, and yeah. So today I thought that I would film a video for you all because next week you guys won't get a video, unfortunately, just because of the new year and my husband's home for 2 weeks. Well, he'll be here for 2 weeks off of work. And I'm just really trying to spend time with him before he has to go back after next week. So I thought that I would get this video out to you all today and finally show you my 2020 setup. So before I open this, I'm just going to sit a couple of things out there so we know where I'm going with this. This right now is my 2020 lineup. And maybe this too. Maybe this. I'm thinking about doing away with the notebook in the back and maybe getting a Stalogy. I hope I said that right. Stalogy? Stalogy. Um, I'm thinking about getting one of those. But for the most part, this is my 2020 setup. Now, I want it to be in one book, but I haven't quite mastered that part out yet. So I still need a journal and I still need my plans. So I'm going to set this to the side. Now, for 2020, I wanted my planning system to be very streamlined, very straightforward, straight to the point. I did not want to do a ton of, just all over the place planning like I have done in the past. I didn't want to draw out layouts anymore. I wanted it to be very structured because there's a lot of things that I want to do, and I've also came up with at least 6 to 7 months worth of different videos for you all for my YouTube channel. So with that being said, I need to be a little bit more organized than I have been in the past, I should say. So, if you did not see the last video I posted on this, pocket configuration is great. I actually stuck my hand down in this. Unfortunately, this isn't a deep pocket. It's just like a half credit card pocket, which cards fit horizontally and not vertically. I'm not really upset at the fact that this isn't a deeper pocket because I really don't need these pockets in the front anyway. And you'll see why I don't need those pockets in the front because of the wallet configuration in the back. But I do have these 6 card slots here on the front, and then also 2 deep pockets in the back. And all I have in here is just some codes that I've had in previous planners. I just stuck my little codes list there. So far in the game, I don't need the codes thing anymore. I rarely use it because I use the codes all the time, but for the most part, it's there for me to have it. Just flipping to the back really quick, this came with one of these gridded notepads. I didn't put too big of a note section in here because of this, so that is why this is still here, because I figure if they gave it to me, I'll go ahead and use it. That way it keeps all of the note pages that I like to have out of my rings. In the back, I've just stuck in or just slid in the to-do sticky note sheets that I always use or I was using in my traveler's notebook. I'm actually pulling apart things in there because I'm just trying to give that notebook a break for right now. And then if you didn't see or if you couldn't see, this back part is full suede. So it's leather and suede. This really feels really, really, really nice. So that I was super, super happy about. So just flipping open to pages. So I have a fly leaf here, which I made out of laminate, or page protector, and then a journaling card, which I also laminated, just says you are limited edition. And then the first divider that I created, which is just out of the Mickey Mouse pack, and it's just sprinkles. And then we get to your 2020 page, which is just like your welcome page, your personal information. And unfortunately, I forgot to cover mine, so I'm doing that now. And then you have your year at a glance, which I've laminated. I went a little laminating crazy when I did this. So I laminated this year at a glance. They do tend to get messed up throughout the years. So I just wanted to preserve mine and put that in there. And then of course it has 2021 on the back. This is another year at a glance. So this particular planner came with 2019 and 2020 inserts. Obviously, I didn't need 2020 inserts or 2019 inserts, I'm sorry, because the year is out. So with the new inserts that they gave me, I compared them to the ones that I had originally bought and decided to go with the ones they gave me just because they weren't timed. They weren't timed weeklies, and I just liked the blue layout. I like the layout and the way the paper felt, because the paper is really nice. It kind of feels like it has some type of slick coating on top of it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I don't know. It probably won't pick up on camera, but it's like it's like a really, really excuse me. It's like a really, really nice paper. So I decided to do away with the bind systems, weekly inserts, and go with these ones. So this is your year at a glance. Sorry that I keep coughing. It's early here. It's morning time, and I wanted to get this video out while I still had time, because we do have to do some things today, and also while I have the sunlight. So usually in the morning, my voice is a lot raspier and I cough a little bit, so I do apologize for that. Um, I do have 2 year at a glance calendars in my planner, but I decided to use this one as my main one that I won't be writing on, because it's so, streamlined, so simple. And then I have this here, which is just another year at a glance calendar, which I can write on. So I have the one that I won't be writing on, which is this one, and then this one here is which I will be writing on and be putting in special dates and so forth. This sheet here is a forward planning sheet. So this is actually for 2020. So when the time comes, or if things come up that go into the new year, I can actually put them into the calendar and just keep up with them as the time goes. And then what I decided to do is I took out all of the other information that I had in here, and I actually don't need this sticky note anymore. Side note, when I set my planners up, I set them up in sections, and I put a sticky note on them to know what section it is, so that when I organize them before I put them into the rings, everything is together, and then I could just go ahead and slide them in. But I did take out most of the information that I said that I was going to keep. The only things that I ended up keeping was the measurement and temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and also some other things that I thought were helpful to me. But mainly all of this information is just measurements. And I'm one of those people who hate measuring things. So I thought that this was cool to keep. So I'm keeping it in there. And then you get to my second divider. And then this goes into my monthly. So the monthly in here is a lot different than what I'm used to. This is more like a bullet journal type of monthly, and I'm not mad at it. I did go ahead and purchase another pack that gave me like a month on 2 pages, a blank monthly on 2 pages, and I'll show you that inside the planner. But for the most part, this is the one that I have up front for the weekly inserts. Now, what I did as I went through and put my Carpadium stickers on all of the months with the exception of December, because I ended up using that sticker for this month in my traveler's notebook. It's not perfect and it doesn't entirely cover all of the writing, but at least it stands out to me and I can see it, and I was pleased with it. So I'm not mad at it. So I went through and I put all the months in there. And yeah, for the most part, that is what I did for my monthly. Now, when you do get past the monthly, before you pass the monthly, I do have the whole year of 2021 in here, the monthlies, I should say. I did not realize that they gave me a full year of 2021. So after I got past December, as you can see, December does not have one of these letterings on them, the labels. Once I got past December, I noticed that it went into January. So in my mind, I was thinking, oh, maybe they just gave me the month of January, like a few months in, like a forward planning thing. But no, they actually gave me the entire year. And I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to pull it out. I don't really need it right now, but I haven't decided if I'm going to pull it out and replace this with something else that I would like to have in my planner. I just haven't decided that yet. So for the time being, it's still there. As we pass the monthlies, we go into the new weeklies that I swapped out for. Now, these weeklies are a whole lot different than the bind system. The bind system was this pink and gray layout, and this new system, unfortunately, I threw away the wrapper, so I can't tell you what it is. Probably on the front page, and I'll have to go back in and look, but it came with these really, really nice streamlined dailies, or not dailies, weeklies. And at the bottom, you have these little corners that you can fold away. So I guess as you complete a week, you can fold it off, which I thought was really nice. And then the paper feels thinner than the bind system paper that they gave me. So this paper feels thinner, but it feels better. So once I put these weeklies in here, and I'm just going to bring it up just so you guys can see it a lot better. This is what they look like. Now in the bind system, slipped right out of my hand. And now in the bind system, these were actually split up. So instead of it being a line here, it was a space, and then there were times on the sides, and then you had just the blank boxes with the dates on the left-hand side and not the right. I actually compared the two and decided that these were way better than the bind system, and they went with my stickers that I had a whole lot better. Now, I did go in and put in most of the dates for the year, but not all of the dates. And then also I did decorate some of the weeklies. So my whole intention with this system is that for my weekly layouts, I'm only going to be putting absolute need to be in here type of stuff. There's not going to be things in here like it has been in the past, where I would use my weekly and then draw lines for reoccurring tasks or tasks going throughout the week. If I know something is coming up and I know that it's going to be that particular week or what have you, then I am going to just write it in here, and it's only going to be for important tasks. It's not going to be for, like little minor things that I have originally been writing in my weeks, if that makes sense. I'm horrible at explaining, so I'm trying my really I'm trying really, really hard to explain it, so to say. And it's early. It's still early for me. Okay. So just bear with me. But yeah, it's just gonna be for main important tasks. And of course, the holidays. So I did go ahead and put the holidays in. They did have quite a few in here that we celebrate, Americans celebrate, but there's some holidays in here that aren't American. So for the ones that were, I just went in with my stickers and put those down. So I'll just do a little flip of so far what I've done. So I went through and I put all like my stickers down, and I wish these boxes fit the sticker, or I wish the sticker fit the box. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. But yeah, I did go through and just put down my monthly stickers. The blue stickers here are January. And you'll see what February looks like because it goes to being pink. So February. And I tried to keep the stickers very simple, as you can see. I didn't want to go too overboard because I don't want this to be a sticker book. I just wanted my pages to look a little bit better than what they have looked like in the past. And I want it to be very streamlined and very simple. So that is February. And I did do up to, I want to say this is March. So March. And then I think I stopped here. I did. So I stopped in April, and I'll probably go back in and finish this off because it was very time consuming, and I don't be having time to decorate anymore. So I probably will finish that off and then be done with it and never have to do it again for the most part. So once we get past all of the weeks, I have another flyleaf here and another journaling card which just says, believe you can and you're halfway there. And then this would go into what I like to call appointments. Apparently I still had a couple of sticky notes in there. So this is what would be the appointments. Now I did buy more of these, and these I have over 2 years worth of these inserts now, which are undated and timed. So I just have a couple of these in here, but what they are appointment sheets, which are actually like daily sheets, but these ones are a lot different than the daily sheets that I have in here, because these actually have a section for to do. They also have a section for telephone number, and then you have a small section down here at the bottom. So if there is actually a doctor's appointment or some sort of appointment that requires me to schedule and come in at a certain time, and there's a number associated with that for me to either cancel or reschedule or what have you, I can actually go in and use these sheets because that's what they are intended for. Now, I only have a couple of them in there because it didn't make sense to have a full bundle of them in there because I won't be using these as much. I just have maybe 4 in here for the times that I need them. And yeah. So this flyleaf has been with me from planner to planner. So you've all seen this. This is with the removable adhesive vinyl stickers. And this ruler I've just jacked from cheaper planners. It serves its purpose in here. So yeah, so this planner unfortunately didn't come with a ruler, but I'm not complaining about that because I have like a million of these. But moving past that, I have my daily sheets in here. So the reason why I said that I wouldn't be writing a bunch of things that I've always written in my weekly spreads anymore is because I have dailies, and these are timed dailies. So if there's actually multiple events happening, I can write them in my daily sheets. These are timed, and I'll bring this closer so you guys can see it. These are timed. Where I have the New Year's sticker, that's actually a place for you to write a goal. And I can categorize these as an A, B, and C, and then I can check them off as they've been completed. So down at the bottom, you have a section where you can write any additional task, but for the most part, this is how streamlined I'm trying to go. I'm trying to be very, just organized and straightforward, straight to the point. I don't want to um, draw out my weeklies anymore, or my dailies. I just don't want to do it anymore, and I would rather just have it more structured, more put together this way, that way, that if my husband or if anyone needed to check something for me, then it's here for them to check. All I did was I went in for the most part and added in the holidays, most of them, not all of them. And I had a couple of banner stickers where I just put them over the box that they provided me. And if I want to do something fancy there, I can do it on this page. It's not for every page, and the decoration is just very minimal, and it's random. And that's pretty much what I was intending to go with. I couldn't fit the whole year in here because this is such a thick section. This is the thickest section in my planner. So what I have is 6 months in here. So I have the whole year of weeklies, 6 months of dailies, and 4 of the appointment sheets in here. And then I just closed it off with this note page. So after you get past that, you have this journaling card, which just says sunshine on my mind. If you have seen my pocket videos, these journaling cards are the same ones that I have in my pocket planner. Just FYI. And this is my notes section. So as I mentioned, the notes section isn't as big as it usually would have been in like how it has been in some of my older videos and planners. I don't think that I need a note section that big. And after like viewing those videos and seeing how ridiculous my setup was back then, I'm trying to make it a lot more structured, as I keep saying, and a lot more functional. So I have a small note section in here. I mean, this is small to me, and because these lines are a little bit bigger, this is the note paper that they've provided to me in the bind system. And I've just been using these. They're not as bad as they look. They just look really bad because I'm not used to writing on anything that looks like this, but they're not as bad. And then again, we get to another divider. Oops. And then this is a pull-out section, and this section is what I am calling my goal section, routine section, and so forth. So this is a pull-out. Up at the top, you can write a goal, and it's the full year. So you have a full year front to back. Oops, this is really long. I think this is going to be helpful if you have any goals that you want to write on here. So it's the full year. And I'm actually trying not to do, I'm struggling with this, as you guys can tell in this video. I'm struggling. I'll fix that later. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but a lot of what I am doing is very goal oriented and very just, it changed a lot. I don't know if it picks up that my whole planning system has definitely changed. Um and I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. That means I'm evolving. I've learned what works and what doesn't work. And that's okay. If you find something that doesn't work, definitely branch out, try different things. A lot of what I have in here is all ideas that I've pulled from other people from YouTube. And I just picked what I liked and what I thought might work for me, and I put it into my planner. And that's really all you need to do if you're trying to figure out your systems as well. But enough of my rambling. I have my routines in here and also goals for 2020. I actually put this in a page protector. So I have 8.5 by 11 page protectors, and I didn't have any this size. So what I did is I cut it down with my paper cutter to the size that would fit this, and I punched holes in it, and then I put it into my binder. So it won't come out, this won't slide out easily. So if I want to change this out, I have to open the rings and then actually pull this out. But at least I have it in there and it's protected. Reason why I didn't want to laminate it is because if this should change, and things do change throughout the year, if it should, then this is not laminated. It's just protected, and I can still use the laminate sheet, and then I can just do a new routine or a new page or what have you. And plus, it doesn't add any more bulk to these rings that is already juiced up for the most part. After we get past that, I have in here, which is a project sheet, and I just have a couple of these, not a whole lot. So this is how many I have in here. So I have a project sheet in here, and this is what it looks like. So you have a section to write the date, and then you can write the title of the project or the project name, and then you can either do a sketch of the project or any project notes. Mainly, that's what I would do. I would just do project notes. And then if you need material for your project or you're doing a project with someone else, you can actually write their name and telephone number or their address and telephone number down at the bottom. And that is extremely blurry. So what I plan on doing is I plan on using these for my YouTube projects, my household projects, anything that I know will take longer than a day. So that is what I'm going to be using for this. Mainly, it's going to be my YouTube and household, but if anything should come about, then I'm going to be using these sheets for that. Will I need the telephone numbers? Probably not. So I'll probably cover this up at some point with a label or something and just use this for like random notes. But I have a couple of them in here just to get me started for the most part. And on the back of these, you actually have any comments section and also your suppliers and telephone facts. Like I said, they're project sheets. So if you are doing a project with someone else or where it intends for you to buy supplies, you have the space to do it. But as I stated, I probably will cover those items up with labels and just use them for any miscellaneous notes pertaining to my project, maybe a timeline or something of that sort. So it will be geared towards the project, but it won't be how the manufacturer has it set up. Once we get past the project sheets, I have what I like to have in all of my planners, which is the finance section. So this is the divider for the finance section, mainly because I didn't want to make another divider. It's really nice paper though, so not a complaint there. So I have 2 monthlies in my planner. I have the vertical monthlies in the front, and then I have the month on 2 pages in the back. Reason being why these are in the finance section and why they're not in the front is because they have a different purpose. So the pull-out calendars in the front, the year at a glance, those are the sheets that I will write on for, like, holidays, anything else pertaining to my life as far as like events. This is actually in my finance section, and I've put it this way because I don't want to have my events with my finance. I want these to be separate. In the past, I would write bills that are due. I would write them on the actual calendars, which I have events and stuff on, and I don't want to do that here anymore. So these are undated. So my intent with these are to write the month in there and also the year, and then when I fill all of this in, it will be all of my bills in that month. And if there's any new bills that come up, then I can see those as well. This is going to give me a better view, better look and understanding of what is all coming out, because when you have your bills associated with like events and things like that, you tend to see them but you don't see them. So this way it's not being mixed up or conjoined with any other event. It's strictly for bills. So any expense that I need to write in a calendar will be in here. So, for instance, if this is the first, rent comes out, I'm writing rent. If this is the 15th or something like that, and our car note is due, car note. And that is how I'm going to be able to see my bills and how many days I have before I pay my bill. So, I have 3 months in here. Do I have 4 months? I have 4 months in here. So 4 months of these sheets in here. And then after we get past the monthlies that I have for my finance, I have the budgeting sheets. So these are the budgeting sheets, and they just have a date on here, the description, and the revenue or income or dispense. So I can actually write how much the bill is, or if it is a payment to me, I can write that in here as well. Kind of sort of like how I've done it in my traveler's notebook, but just a little bit different. And then, of course, once you get past the expense sheets, I have another journaling card which just says, the trouble is you think you have time. And then once you get past that, you have the phone book section, which I'm going to bypass over because there's some important numbers on there. And then I have a flyleaf that I've pulled from previous planner, which just housed a couple of marble sticky notes. And then I have a flyleaf here, or not a flyleaf, a divider that I made, and then a page protector, and then we're to the back. So that is my planner on the inside. If I unzip this on the back, oops, and we're blurry again. If I unzip this on the back, the only things I have in here are a couple of coins. Now these are lined with the suede. This is also lined with the suede as well, but I don't have enough coins in there for it to be damaged, but there's just a few coins to carry with me. I have some information pertaining to my medical. I have my state ID because I am from the States. I also have my leisure passport, not my military passport, but just another form of identification. Some page flags that I use, that I used a lot in my traveler's notebook. These 2 deep pockets. And then for pens of choice, I have, for the time being, for right now, because I don't actually have these items, I'm using a tool pencil. Oops, that's so blurry. Sorry. I'm using a tool pencil and a tool pen. These are the same pens that I use in my traveler's notebook. So I'm using these two. In the past, what I would do is I would always write tasks in ink, and then I would cross them out because they either didn't happen anymore or the event got move to a different date. So actually what I'm going to be doing is just writing any event that comes up in pencil, and if the event sticks, I'll write it in pen or go over it in pen. So this was a long video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to be as detailed as possible and give you guys an understanding of where my planning system is going. If you like the video, please like it. If you would like to subscribe and you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I love speaking with you all, and I just love interacting with you in general. I'll leave all of my other social media sites down below. If you're subscribed already, thank you so much for staying around. And as always, guys, you have a great rest of your day. Bye.